Hey, what's up, boxing fans? This is your host, Chris Carlson. I am the host of the Rope-A-Dope Report. I have a little box score for tonight's Boxing After Dark. Let's get right into it. Kind of a weird night. 2 early stoppages. One from a cut, one from an almost knockout, which was going to happen, I'm pretty sure, in the rest of the round, or at least, in the next couple rounds. And then Kirkland winning over Julio. Basically, he didn't come out. I think it was the 6th round he didn't come out to. Or 7th round he didn't come out. It was at the 6th round. Anyway, let's jump into the first fight. Guerrero against Jordan. I like this Jordan dude. I think it's Jordan or Jordan. Air Jordan, I heard someone say. I think he can fight. I'd like to see the rematch of this. I know it's not really, a rematch, But I'd like to see them fight. I thought it was going to be a good scrap. It felt like it was going to be a good scrap. Both of them landing punches. Let me know what you think about this. I heard Max Kellerman saying, Robert Guerrero with the really bad cut. I heard him. Everybody heard him say, I can't see. And it was bleeding, and, you see people get cuts all the time. The thing is, all you have to do is make it maybe a minute, minute and a half, whenever it stopped, of the 2nd round, and then 2 more rounds. If you win those rounds, you can win the fight. So I thought, it's just weird to hear someone say, I can't see. It's not going to work. And then when they wiped the blood off them, it wasn't bleeding anymore. When they kept shooting it, it wasn't like, kept shooting it. When they kept giving shots of to us as the audience, HBO was kind of getting close on his cut, and it wasn't bleeding that bad. It wasn't like the Roy Jones cut where it just, and the David Diaz, or not David Diaz, but Juan Diaz cut, where it's actually covered in blood, all over his face. It was kind of strange, and I want to know what you guys think. I'm not a fighter, so I'm not going to sit there and say that he's not a man or nothing like that. I remember Zab Judah against CLOTTEY. He thought he was up on the cards, so he said, I can't see anymore. Let's go, basically going to the cards, and it backfired on him. To me, it seemed like, I don't know. Do you guys think maybe that he was just like, wow, this guy can scrap? I got a cut. I don't want to fight anymore. Maybe that's smart, and he can fight him again. But if you're cut that bad, that is pretty smart. But then again, like I said, he only needed to make 2.5 rounds. So, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Like I said, I'm not a boxer, so I'm not going to sit there and call out a guy. But I just never heard it, except Zab Judah, and Zab Judah is prone for stuff like that. Anyway, let's get to a fight. Victor Ortiz, this guy, man, I'm telling you, the left hand, great straight left hand, got him in the corner, and oh boy was like going sideways, kind of trying to run away from a punch. And that's what I thought. Probably what the ref was thinking. He saw, that's why he kind of stopped it. Maybe not early, but stopped it before any real damage could happen. I think he saw him going in the rope after that left hand. And then I liked how Ortiz stayed busy. He was hitting gloves, he was hitting elbows, he was hitting, and all of a sudden that right came through. And that guy, you could see, oh boy, oh jeez. And so he widened his hands a little bit to protect, that right hand that came through. And boom, big right hand by Ortiz. Snapped his neck back. Dude wasn't throwing back. He kind of sagged in the corner. I thought it was a decent stoppage. When I first saw it, I said, hey, give the guy 30 seconds or another minute. But good stoppage. Ortiz, man, I really like him. He came out smart. He didn't just, this is his big night to come out. He didn't just come swinging. He's a smart fighter. I like him in the future at the 140. I think he should go for the belts. If you guys saw the broadcast, you saw a lot of the belts aren't with Campbell and Hatton and Pacquiao and Marquez in that weight class. As long as Marquez comes up to 140, a lot of the belts are from veteran guys that have the belts, like Timothy Bradley and Holt and those type of guys. I think he should go for those guys and then get a big fight. Anyway, very impressed with him. And then, finally, we got a fight that goes more than a couple rounds. Kirkland against Julio. Kirkland, you can see he's still a prospect. He's still figuring it out. He has his hands up. Sometimes it's too wide. He was getting hit. Has his hands down, getting hit. I'll tell you one thing, though. When he puts it together, when he has those hands and they're nice and tight, the guy can hit. When he was sticking to his jab, it was looking good. The guy can, I'll tell you what, he can go to the body. He was hurting him with most shots. And he's aggressive. The guy, I mean, that's obvious, but the guy can cut off the ring. You saw him no matter where Julio was going, and he was boxing and running the whole time. I'll tell you what, man, he was cutting that ring off, but still kind of staying just far enough away to cut him off and not always walk into punches. Obviously, there's still some things he has to work on. I wouldn't step him up to the biggest fight at 154, but I would definitely get him in there with some talent. I mean, this guy is ready, or very close to being ready. I was very impressed with that. As far as the stoppage goes, you know, it is what it is. He didn't go out to the 7th round. I think it would have been more of that. You could see even at the end of the 6th round, I don't know if anyone caught it, but he hurt him. He hurt him pretty good. He hurt him throughout the fight. I'm not sure if, you know, Julio was out of shape or he was just getting hit hard and running the whole time, which does, even though people say, oh, he's running, you know, it takes a lot of breath to do that. Excuse me. I had a couple beers. I just burped. Sorry. Like I said, I was very impressed. Kirkland, you could see the first couple rounds. I mean, round 3, I thought Julio won. That was probably the best round, back-and-forth action. I gave it to Julio. So you could see the rawness coming out. But then he started fine-tuning it, started getting that jab, even doubled up on the jab. You know, head movement. He looked really good. I'm very impressed with Kirkland, and I can't wait to see him again. So that's it, yeah. Basically, I have some stuff. I have this week a couple days off midweek, so I'm going to come with the Klitschkos, both Klitschko against David Haye and Klitschko against Gomez. I'm going to come with previews and predictions for that. I'm going to Lopez, the 122-pounder. I'm going to basically talk about his fight, preview it, and predict it. Also talk about the undercard. I think they just signed an undercard fight on that. And maybe Timothy Bradley against Kendall Holt. Anyways, I got some shows coming as far as previews and predictions, and I might just post one on a news article that I see. Also, the COTTO looks like it's a done deal almost, so I might have a prediction for that too. Anyway, until next time, this is your host Chris Carlson for the Rope-A-Dope Report.